Part of AP Government curriculum was to have a end of the year real life application of their political science skills and knowledge. And so because of the tragic loss of a classmate that year, the students really came together pretty quickly and very united around the cause of mental wellness. So I believe I had 5 class periods that year, and all 5 periods agreed that is the topic that they wanted to work on. The group of students who worked on this, I would say you wouldn't be able to categorize them as any one type of students. I mean, we have at our school an open enrollment for AP classes. So you have students who are struggling to learn, just wanting to give it a chance, trying something new. So you have students that have great levels of confidence and great support at home, to students who are really, just trying to kind of keep up and find their own voice and their own passions. And so all types of students and just people in this class. Throughout this course, we talked about the importance of the way you communicate a cause. When you have something that's important to you, you have to know how to communicate it. And all these students were really good about sitting and thinking about how they wanted to present their voice to the public and especially to the board. And when they did decide to give their speeches or just arrive to the board, the school board, and come to the meeting or talk to the media that happened to be out there, they were all so professional.
My class was involved in was creating, like the slogans, the signs, what would be the sort of protest demonstration. I bought a whole bunch of green ribbons to be able to hand those out to people and just say this is what we're pushing the school board to do. We want them to institute some mental health initiative that's going to help students. Can you just wear this green ribbon to support us?
And so they knew very clearly when they finished what they were asking for. And they knew very clearly by the end of the year what the district was willing to support them with. And so they also were able to then clearly see what was left and what was undone. And from there, they left a message to the next year's class.
So the 2017 class, an incredible proposal using evidence-based research, board policy, student experience. They wrote a proposal that they put forward to the board in the year 2017. That proposal got a lot of the work started. They were able to pass that on to the class of 2018 as almost like a legacy project.
Miss Esquivel was my AP government teacher, and she told all of us about the mental health initiative and how she wanted to have us continue it this year. And we could participate in the mental health initiative as part of a AP government project. And we looked over the proposals that the last year's students had made, and we did a lot of research. We looked into the school's budget, we compared to other school districts, and we looked at different resources that we could reach out to. And Miss Esquivel was mentoring us every step of the way, but it was mainly student-driven and our student ideas.
And one of the things that I found out when I came on board and started meeting with the students in the mental health initiative is that they didn't necessarily know all the resources that were already available. So once I started meeting with them and bringing in our counselors to meet with them, the counselors were able to really share with them what resources were already available. Over the course of a few years, we found that students were more readily coming to the counseling office, more willing and open to talk with our counselors and get the support that they needed. So what we're seeing now is that students recognize that we have resources in place and they're more open to come in and get those resources that they need.
I began meeting with the class of 2018 who was taking that work and moving it forward. And what they were advocating for were more mental health supports, more accessible personnel, more collaboration between school personnel and outside providers. We also at the same time began sharing back with the County Office of Ed some of the needs that we had locally and what types of supports we were looking for. By nature of those conversations, folks at the County Office of Ed knew that we were in need of some additional support, knew that we had student advocacy behind that, knew that we had a desire to have more mental health supports on our campuses. And so when the County Office of Ed heard about a partnership with Wellness Together and an opportunity for grant-funded mental health specialists, they reached out to Oceanside and said, is this something that you would be interested in? If you are, let us know. There are some other districts we're reaching out to as well. We jumped on it right away. This is something I shared back with the mental health initiative, the students themselves, as a possible opportunity. And it really aligned with what they were asking for, looking for, to not only bring to El Camino High School, but also to bring to Oceanside in general.
When we gave our proposal to the district, when we were doing like that presentation, I think there was like a personal worry that that was gonna be like postponed another year, postponed maybe like 2 years, just that worry of like, oh, it's not gonna happen yet, so we're just gonna have to keep pushing for it. So the fact that it came like way more quicker than I expected was just amazing to me, just mind-boggling. So really thank you to like the BlueSky initiative and things like that for making that possible.
The role of the professional school counselor is huge. It's not just academics, it's not just getting into college, it's not just attendance, it's everything that encompasses the student. It's family, it's social emotional, and we need to be able to have access to other professionals that can help us augment what it is we do, like therapists. And I feel so good knowing that there is a therapist available for our kids that will communicate with me so that I can help that student reach all of their goals. And that is the key to doing what I've been doing for the last 24 years.
Shout out to all the classes before us. Shout out to you guys. Like, thank you, obviously, like more than grateful for everything that all the kids that they've put in the work. I'm so proud of the kids below me, because we were there to just plant the seed, but they were the ones that saw it all the way through.
It makes me really happy to know that some students actually can feel that the school cares about its students. It's amazing to think that like there's some students out there that can have those feelings and can feel that they have that support with the BlueSky initiative.
I mean, there's really nothing more empowering than united student voices that come across in a very mature fashion. It's really hard not to listen to students in that mode. I mean, that's what we strive for as educators. You know, we strive to actually hear our students put into action the very things we're teaching them.
Your voice matters, and there's not really anybody here that can do anything to tear you down. It's just going to be all that you have inside of yourself to be able to find some sort of passion or some sort of drive to be able to help yourself, which is first the most important thing, and that you have to know that you're not alone and that there's so many people that can help you if you're willing to open up, and if they're willing to extend a hand too. I would say offer that hand and be able to really embrace all of the light and the resources and the help and support and love that is around you. There are so many people that are willing to help.
Your voice matters. I know it's something that sounds cheesy. I know it's something that is like, you're listening to this, you're sitting on your Chromebook and you're just like, what the heck? It's this random person who's wearing a green shirt being like, your voice really does matter. And I want to say it does. I think that's something that I personally felt originally. It was just like, no one wants to hear what I say. They're already like overburdened with their own thoughts. They're already overburdened with what they want to do. And just like hearing my struggles, hearing what I want to do, hearing how I want to like fix things where I think it can be improved upon. Like, I didn't really imagine that anyone wanted to hear that, and I fully understand that someone might be feeling the same, but I really want to say it is possible for you to have your voice heard.
Your voice matters, and don't ever be afraid to tap in with the resources available. That helped me realize that there's so much things that people don't even know are going on with everyone around you. Like, you think that from the outside looking in, everyone's life is so good and they're so happy and bubbly all the time, and you never know deep down what the demons that they're facing are.
Your voice matters. Be kind to yourself. There's a lot of pressure on students, teenagers, young adults these days to be always productive, to work yourself hard, and be kind to yourself.
Your voice matters, and you are not alone. There are so many other students, so many other kids, so many other adults who are going through the same things that you are. And I'm sure that all of those other people are also afraid to stand up and say something. So take it upon yourself to stand up for yourself and to stand up for everyone else who is going through the same things. And your voice could be the one that sparks everyone else to speak up as well.